How you guys doing today? This is Dr. Keith, the vegan naturopath, with another quick wellness news nugget. This particular news nugget is from The Guardian, theguardian.com, and this article it's a very interesting article, and it's talking about how obesity, women who are obese, how they can actually affect their children significantly, or affect the health of their children significantly. It says here, more babies face health risks due to obese parents, experts warn. Now it says, the article goes on to say that doctors say increasing numbers of babies worldwide face serious problems such as brain damage, strokes, and heart disease as a result of their mothers being overweight. It says here, a growing number of A growing number of babies worldwide, it says, are at risk of brain damage or having a stroke, heart attack, or asthma in adulthood because their mother was obese, health experts have warned. It says leading doctors said dangerously overweight mothers were passing on obesity to their children as a result of a vicious cycle in which excess weight can seriously affect the health of parents as well as their offspring. And then the article goes on to cite 4 studies published in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology made clear that the risk of maternal obesity includes stillbirth, dangerously high blood pressure in pregnant women, diabetes in the mother or child, and complications during childbirth. It goes on to say that the scale of obesity in women of childbearing age and the consequent dangers to health were so great that urgent action was needed to ensure women were a normal weight before they conceived, the authors pointed out. The article says further that mothers being very heavily overweight could lead to their children having autism or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or developing cancer in later life, the researchers pointed out. It went on to point out how British women have the highest rates of obesity in Europe. It said that 1 in 5 women in the UK who become pregnant were already obese, while in England 26% of 35 to 44-year-old women were obese in 2013, as were 18% of those aged 24 to 35. It says in England about 1 in 5 women of childbearing age are obese. But the article goes on to point out further that rates are even higher elsewhere, and of course it points to the U.S., where 32% of women of peak childbearing age between the ages of 20 and 39 were obese in 2011 to 2012, and 60% of American women were either overweight or obese when they conceive, according to one study. Now, if you're listening to this and you're not eating a plant-based or a vegan diet, and you are overweight, if you're overweight or obese, you will greatly reduce your weight by switching to a plant-based diet and combining that with exercise. Those 2 things alone can help greatly reduce your weight, because it's not just about you, but you can see that you can open up your newborn or your children to some serious and devastating diseases. The article goes on to say further that Professor Leslie Reagan, the president of the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, which represents 14,000 doctors working in Britain and worldwide who specialize in childbirth and women's health, said that obesity has reached pandemic proportions globally and its origin start in the womb. In the UK, the prevalence of obesity, she says, is over 25% in both women and men. Around 1 in 5 pregnant women are obese, increasing their risk of miscarriage, stillbirth, and neonatal death, as well as gestational diabetes, blood clots, preeclampsia, more complicated labors, and severe bleeding after birth. Now, again, this is a very interesting article, and now we're beginning to see how obesity can affect the children even while in the womb, the obesity of the parent. Finally, later on in the article, it says increasing evidence implicates maternal obesity as a major detriment of offspring health during childhood and later adult life. The article goes to the point again. It heightens the child's risk of obesity, coronary heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and asthma. So again, it's very important if you're a female listening to this, or if you know a female, if you're a husband or boyfriend or whatever, and just understand that even before you get pregnant, it's very important to try and take care of your health, try and take care of your body overall, and just by, again, I am the vegan naturopath, so I do promote and encourage a well-balanced vegan diet, and it will certainly help with being obese or overweight. Again, this is Dr. Keith, the Vegan Naturopath. Until next time, take care.